I didn't really have much time to play this weekend, but Gio and I finally got to play together in the new season for the first time. We land in our old favorite spot, Rebel's Roost. And I don't remember what Gio was doing, but he got distracted and kind of missed the drop. But no big deal. I don't think. I go through the roof to get the weapon cases and come out with a burst SMG, a combat shotgun, and a Huntress DMR. Ooh, shockies. Ooh, more shockies. But right now, I could use ammo and a shield. As I'm running around, I gotta pick up that Nuka-Cola and get that 1 gold bar. I must say, I really appreciate the small details of stashing a bottle cap and actually getting currency. I let the Nuka-Cola do its thing and pick up a big pot so I can get a full shield later. But since it doesn't look like anybody landed here, I'm in no rush and I can kind of loot the place stress-free for the most part. Although, I'm still wondering where my teammate is. No problem, I know he'll be here. We'll fast forward because I just do a lot of running around looking for stuff and not really finding anything better than my current loadout, so I don't think I'm going to pick up anything from inside the house. Ooh, more Nuka-Cola. Fun fact, by force of habit, I continually come over here for the slap barrels, but they ain't there no mo. When I hop on the motorcycle, Gio gets here. He gets here just in time so we can leave. I do promise this gets more interesting. I can't remember if he has any weapons at this point, but we're gonna head over to what we call the junkyard. We wanted to see if it still required a key for the mini vault, and I take out the camera and run to the vault, then realize, okay, cool. My suspicion is confirmed that the mini vaults are just always open and there's no longer a guard. Again, I'm still learning, and I'm sure a lot of you already knew that. I use Nitro Splash because I see footsteps approaching. As I hop on the roof, I notice this person is playing like they're an AI, trying to peek behind cover and then trying to shoot me through the fence. I think to myself, this isn't even worth wasting bullets for. And Gio's got the gloves, so we should be okay. Dude is knocked, and we're good to go. I head back to the mini vault and use another Nitro Splash because I've seen TikTok videos of people just smashing through the walls like the Kool-Aid guy.
Oh yeah!
But apparently, I did not remember about the gas cans on the other side, so I get knocked. And great, there's footsteps. Hopefully it's the teammate to that AI from earlier, but there's also an oncoming car. Although it turns out that car is the NPC, so I'm a little less worried. We figured it had to be a bot, and we had plenty of time. So Gio just heals me, and then goes to get the elimination. I steal the health kit the AI dropped and heal up. And so Gio can heal too, we agree that we're going to bust these barrels so that way we can hopefully live a little longer. Now we're going to rotate and go after the medallion. As I'm running under the influence of nitro, I decide, well, let me get in a car. Now we have the Webster wagon. So I get into the Webster wagon and take off. I was going to go back for Gio, but it turns out he was smart and got into a car a little bit earlier, so I guess I don't need to. Catching up to the bus, I take a shot and miss, then take another shot and hit, then another couple of shots that miss, embarrassingly, with this DMR. Huh, looks like I crashed into a wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. As I approach the bus, I'm thinking to myself, I probably should have equipped weapons on the vehicle before engaging. But then realize, oh, actually we wanted the other vehicle. So we go to catch up with the car. Now, I still don't have a turret on my vehicle, but I know there's a turret coming up here, so... Aw, it's a grenade launcher. I don't like the grenade launchers personally. What's your thoughts? Do you prefer grenade launchers or machine guns? I definitely prefer the machine guns. Eventually, the machinist gets out, and I'm like, oh, well, actually, this is an opportunity to use real guns instead of cars, and welcome the opportunity to get a little bit of targeting practice. Since they're defeated, I'm like, well, let's try this rifle. Looks kinda interesting. I haven't used any of the new mythics except for the gloves. I pick up the medallion, then I realize, wait a second, I think Gio needs the medallion for one of his quests. So I'm gonna drop that right before we get in, and when he's done grabbing whatever supplies. At this point, I didn't realize that the boss cars are actually stronger than whatever modded cars we have. Otherwise, we probably would have taken that. But I loop around real quick, grab the health regen, and then drive off. I'm hoping this power-up changed to a machine gun turret, and it looks like it did. So we'll go ahead and pick that up instead. We get a little bit of nitro, and now we're just kind of aimlessly driving around. I see on the map there's another medallion, and we decide to go after the other medallion car. So we try to engage in battle, and they just kind of run off. That's cool. It's not like I wanted to, fight them or anything. Ugh, iron gates. I don't have a cow catcher, so it makes things a little bit more difficult. But Geo starts shooting the gate, and we get through. So now we're flying. The car's been damaged, and again, I want to get it repaired. So we hit the repair box, then decide, maybe we should head towards the bunker. As the bunkers are opening, we head that direction, and the medallion car drives away. So we re-engage in another chase. But man, they are much faster than we are. Again, I didn't realize that the mythic cars have nitro. I should have done a little more research. But we're following them, and now we're getting sandwiched. We're getting shot at from behind and in front. I hang a left, and again, go for another healer on the map. We hit it, and I loop around to go back to the bunker, because honestly, we kind of wanted that bunker. We can use some better loot, because I don't really like the 3-burst SMG, despite Toby-1 Shinobi saying it's better than the Harbinger. After we enter, we decide that we need to get in and get out as quickly as possible. We farm some gold for Geo, but I'm a little disappointed that destroying the bottom pallet doesn't destroy the top ones anymore. That was definitely a valuable time saver. After opening weapon crates, we head out. And as we're heading out, we see yet another mythic car coming after us, or the bunkers, not really sure. But this time, Geo's driving, so I get some machine gun action. We see the scanning AI up ahead, and we agree that we should just take the scanner out. We can see Artemis on the hill, and then we take a couple shots, but then she disappears. I swear this always happens. I thought that the team went up to the windmill, but Geo is tracking them pretty good, because they're actually heading towards restored reels. We even see Artemis running up the mountain. So we head over there. My guns are ready, and they scan and we get tagged. But it's not really a big deal, I guess, because we're in a not-so-subtle, big, loud car. I see Artie, and I go to shoot her, but she disappears behind a layer of the mountain. Now I open fire, and eventually destroy Artemis. Then I try destroying the team's vehicle, but now they're shooting back at us, so we dip. Pretty sure they're mad we eliminated their scanner bot. I try to take more accurate shots with the mythic AR, but things are a little too unstable. As we're heading out of restored reels, I tell Geo to hit the cactus to heal the vehicle a little. Then we run through the cactus, and now we're being engaged by another mythic vehicle. As we go after them, I blow up the repair station, and we're kind of engaged in a decent battle until they blow up the car. I'm like, nope. I use one of those shockwaves and get out. Then I take some nitro just in case I have to run. Luckily, the car didn't follow me, so I didn't have to use a whole bunch of shockwaves. But I see a cactus and run through it. I'm heading back towards Geo because I remember there's a little cactus farm, and as Geo's heading towards me I say, don't hit the cactus. Okay, well there's at least one left. I go to get in Geo's car, and I get hit by the mythic car. That's great. Well, I'm getting shot at, so I'm just going to duck into this car and then quickly drive away. Now it's kind of every man for himself. I have no turrets, off-road tires, grenade launchers, nothing. I drive back where I remember more cacti being, but it's in the storm. Then, as Geo gets knocked, I head towards one other cactus. Because to save him, I'll need all the health I can get. Not being down a player in the endgame is ideal. I see one more cactus and decide to hit it. And luckily, I narrowly escaped the wrath of the other car. Geo's now in the storm, but I'm going to drive up, exit the car, use the car as a barrier to heal him, then he can get in. Nerp, these guys are shooting at me, so I know I don't really stand a chance to heal. Sorry, buddy. This actually worked out pretty good for us because Geo's son woke up, and he had to tend to him. So he's going to be AFK for a few minutes anyways, so I'll just come back and grab his reboot card. As I'm driving away, my car is taking a lot of damage. and I get out of the thing before it explodes. Then I'm using my newfound dash abilities to go hit this launch pad in the harbor. Now, I'm not sure that I should go back for Geo yet, so I decide to kind of go more towards the island, which I know people are fighting on. So I actually go a little past the island and decide not to rift up or scoot up there. I see some loot and grab it, because again, I desperately need some shield. Then I grab the health kit because I know I'm going back into the storm to rescue my buddy. And oh, there's 3 kits. That's probably convenient. Infused with nitro, I start moving towards Geo. And as I'm looking, I'm noticing he's 300 meters away. I'm like, okay, probably the fastest way to get there is going to be the launch pad. And I remember, wait a second, there's a launch pad on the island. I don't need to hit the launch pad in the harbor. So I zip up and hit the pad. I'm coming, buddy. Although he's actually not there, so everything you're watching now, he didn't see because he was AFK. But Geo, if you're watching now, just know that I ran out, grabbed your card, and then I also took your gloves because they're pretty decent mobility items. If you can use them properly, which at this point, I cannot. I get into another Webster wagon and start going towards the inner circle. Storm's at 2 tick, and I'm at 30 health, and I figure I better heal up now because there's another medkit over there. And I'm actually debating on grabbing more medkits because we're at 2 tick. I make it back to the car, and as I'm driving out, I can't turn in the air, so I get, of course, stuck in the rocks, watching my health tick away. 72, 70, 68, 66, 64. Come on, get going, Webster wagon. 58, 56, 54, 52, 50. Oh my gosh. Alright, well, safety is right here. Nerp. I guess the storm is moving. Okay, I'm finally kind of out of the storm. And of course, there's cars around, but I need to heal. So I swap to the passenger seat and I heal up as fast as possible, just kind of looking at the storm on the minimap. Ugh. I'm in the storm and decide, okay, well, the only way I'm getting out now is to use shockies. But since the storm is still right on my tail feathers, I use another shockwave and see someone fighting to the left. I see that person on the boat and I'm thinking, okay, I can probably take them out. I see another person there, then realize, dang, it's a bot. Man, I really like how stable this gun is, but nope, they're hitting me pretty hard. I need to go. So I use one more shocky, then switch to gloves, grab dash from the water, and try to get away using a combination of gloves and the dashes. I can't help but feel I'm being followed. I see some footsteps, and I'm not sure if that's them or if it's somebody else, because we have kind of a smaller circle in the underworld, and there's still 9 people remaining. I call out to Geo on the comms and say, hey, you back yet? Because I actually have an opportunity to reboot you that I think I can probably succeed in, but no response. So I'm scrambling, thinking of what my best strategy is here. I could use some heals. Well, why not try the camper down by the river? As I get there, I'm like, right, now I can heal up, and there's some fizz for afterwards. But of course, as soon as my brain decides, oh, I can actually use the campfire to heal, nope, I already started using the medkit. But I grab the flowberry fizz, and there's actually a gatekeeper shotgun too, which I think in some cases I kind of prefer. But my plan is at this point, I'm going to fizz myself, then grab the gatekeeper, so that way I can have 2 shotguns, because things are about to get intense with this small circle and 7 people remaining. As I'm running, I quickly decide I could use this car. I know that you can't really drive a lot of places in the underworld, and I don't have like tires, turret, or a cattle catcher, but having a car I think is better than not having a car in a lot of cases. It's at least some protection. I decide to let people just duke it out because I'm already a man down. There's 7 people left in a small circle, and they clearly are in vehicles, and those machine guns will just annihilate me. Yeah, like this. As a vehicle drives by me, I do see them take a couple shots, but I don't think they were actually shooting at me. I think they were a few stray bullets heading my direction, because they drove past and they just don't see me in the vehicle. I'm glad I made a bright yellow vehicle, so that way, I can be undetected. I see somebody get out and take actual shots, and I'm like, oh, cool, they're not in a car. This might be an opportunity to actually play Fortnite with guns. I see them, but they're right near a mythic car. I start opening up and get lots of tags on them in the vehicle, but they get a lot of tags on me, and it hurts if we're being honest. And those footsteps look like they're chasing me. Oh man, I'm down to 12 health. Okay, time to use my last med kit if I have time to get this off. The storm is about to shrink too, so, insult to injury here, and it's 8 tick. As I'm running, I decide I have to get in the car and try to drive wherever I can. There's the other team, so I decide to get that guy and send him flying. Got the knock. I really want the elimination because actually, this whole game so far, I have no eliminations. Dude's eliminated and his team tries to steal my car. I want to do the whole shoot him in the foot thing, but I get crown fever. I have to get this crown because we're so close to the end game. And what if I accidentally win? I dash away since I don't have my car, and I hide behind this little rock thinking I might be safe until nope. Ow! Time to run. Megalodon's Nitro Fist. I guess I'd rather die to that than a car if I'm being honest. But good games either way. It was intense at times, but fun at all times. Thanks for watching.